Thank you and good morning, everyone, and welcome to News Extra. My guest today is Lena Medina, the program manager at the West Nebraska Arts Center. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Scott.
And we're here to talk a little bit about an interesting workshop that you guys have coming up at the Arts Center. Second year for cosplay. Explain that.
I'll say cosplay. It's an introduction to costume making. It's a workshop.
Okay.
And basically what it is, you take normal items that you would see around your house. You could use styrofoam, insulation foam, a cardboard, tag board, paper towel holder, all kinds of different things like that. And you use that to create your costume.
To make great costumes, yeah. And explain who this might be attracted to as far as when it comes to being involved in cosplay like that and creating these types of costumes.
So anyone that's interested, like in comics, we got like preteens and teenagers and adults. Because last year when we did the class, I think the majority of our students were adults.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, there's been the mini con that they've had here last year.
Sure.
In fact, last year when they did that, that was the ending of it. They got to go there and show their costumes off that they created.
Oh, that's kind of a neat deal. Now,
yeah.
Is that mini con going to happen again this year? Do you know?
It's going to happen again this year, but it doesn't happen, I think, until like October. So this class is earlier. Blaine Sexton, who is the instructor for this, wanted to do this class again because it was highly successful.
Sure.
And we kind of worked out some tweaks because we did have like a evening night on a weekday, but this time we decided to do weekends because that worked out better. And they just take over the Bronson Gallery, and it's cool. It's cool energy. It's awesome to see them creating. Yeah.
And this is going to be, like you said, scheduled a little bit different than previously. This is going to be weekends.
Yeah, this is going to be weekends. It's going to be 5 weekends, starting March 16th and 17th, and it will continue not consecutively. I think it goes like every other week, and it will end May 11th and May 12th.
Okay.
So yeah, and the cost for that is $100 if you're an Arts Center member and $125 regular price. And there is a materials list for you to get because basically it's going to be your creation and what you want to do, and he'll guide you along.
So you can be as creative as you want to be with something like this.
Yeah.
And of course, Blaine's got quite a bit of background in this, and we'll talk about that when we come back on News Extra.
Okay.
And we're back on News Extra, and my guest this morning is Lena Medina with the West Nebraska Arts Center. We're talking about the cosplay workshop, create your own costume, your own creation, whatever you might want to create.
Yeah.
Which is coming up, starting up the 16th and 17th of March at the Arts Center. So it'll be Saturdays and Sundays, not consecutively, but it will be there at that time. Blaine Sexton is really a creative individual as far as the instructor is concerned.
Yeah, he has created Groot, if anyone remembers Groot. I
don't think anybody forgets Groot.
Yeah.
From Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I think he did that for, I can't remember what event it was, but it was a kids' day thing or whatever, and that's when he showed up as Groot. So.
And this was using common materials.
Yeah.
That can be found sometimes around the house and otherwise. I mean, he used craft foam, pipe insulation, and scrap lumber. I mean, who'd think?
Yeah.
With something like that. Explain a little bit of Blaine's background as far as what he's been involved in previously as well.
Well, it says that he's had a love for comic books and stuff for the last 20 years, and it just helped him to be able to design all this, and he just continues to do. I mean, he does work he has a regular secular job at Menards, but he also does this on the side, and he really works hard at doing this because he always posts regularly on Facebook of what he's doing. I've done a short video with him on his process and a little different costumes that he's already made.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of them are like the Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, that kind of thing, like Captain America and things like that. But yeah, he just loves that, and he's just very knowledgeable on that.
And you can go pretty much anywhere for inspiration on any kind of costume that you'd like to put together like this, correct? I mean, even online, like Pinterest might be an ideal place to
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah, that.
With getting ideas, but of course, then it's the idea of putting it together yourself,
Yeah.
and that's what these workshops are about.
Yeah, because he shows you how to make, almost like a pattern, how to make something, whether it's the sleeve for your arm or the mask, that kind of thing, and how to construct and put those together using like the playmat foam, that kind of foam. And he's just really good at it. It's just awesome to see it. And we'll probably have him bring some of that stuff in just to have there so people can see.
Sure, to see examples
Yeah.
of how it's done. Yeah, and this workshop, of course, there is a cost to it.
Yeah.
For members or non-members, $100 for members, $125 for non-members.
Yes.
But again, it is something to take your creative juices and channel them into potentially a fantasy role that you've always wanted to be involved in.
Yeah, and the times allotted, it's from 1 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday. That's a good time to get started because you're going to be like at one whole table basically by yourself with all your stuff. So, and there is a materials list. All this information will be on our website,
Okay.
www.thewnec.com, and on our Facebook. We've shared it on there. You can register on there. It's an awesome class.
And like you said, since last year, there were so many more adults involved in it.
Yeah.
Of course, you can take those skills and turn them into some really fantastic costumes for the kids coming up in October for Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you always wanted to do that, and this would be the time to do it. It's more than enough time.
Yeah, it certainly would be. It certainly would be. That's the Cosplay Workshop, which is coming up at the West Nebraska Arts Center. How do people get signed up?
They could go online at thewnac.com, or they could call us at the Art Center at 632-2226, or they could email me at lena@thewnac.com, or they could come in to the Art Center.
So all kinds of options to get signed up for the Cosplay Workshop coming up at the West Nebraska Arts Center. Lena, thank you very much for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me, Scott. It's a joy.